One of the questions I get asked the most is, why don't people change? And sometimes, why can't I change? Here's what I've learned. People don't always resist change because they lack the tools. Sometimes they have everything they need: the knowledge, the money, the opportunity, the skills, even the plan, and they still don't move. Why? Because sometimes change feels like death. Not physical death, identity death. Because real change doesn't just require you to change what you do, it can require you to stop being the person you spent years being: the people pleaser, the rescuer, the overachiever, the victim, the loyal employee who never says no, the person who keeps everyone happy. Even if that identity is destroying your life, it's familiar, and familiar can feel safer than freedom. That's why someone can complain about the same relationship for 10 years and still defend it. They can hate their job and still refuse the opportunity that would change their career. They can say they want financial freedom and sabotage every opportunity that requires them to become more disciplined. Not because they don't want a new life. It's because the new life requires a new identity. And here's the part most people miss. When you change, some relationships change with you. Some expectations disappear. Some people no longer recognize you. Some versions of you have to die. That's why people sometimes choose familiar suffering over unfamiliar freedom. The Bible says, whoever finds their life will lose it, and whoever loses their life for my sake will find it. Matthew 10:39. That's not just a spiritual principle, it's an identity principle. Sometimes you cannot build the life you want while protecting the identity that built the life you have. You don't need more information. You need the courage to become unfamiliar to yourself. Because the hardest part of transformation isn't learning who you need to become, it's letting go of who you no longer can afford to be.